right, really fast. The moon landing. Has he
Oh,
convinced
let's
you?
get going on that. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
Let's talk about what they call the Van Allen belt. It's a 20-mile thick belt of radiation that surrounds the Earth, and not one manned mission to space, no Soviet or American space shuttle, nothing, has ever gone into the Van Allen belt except for the Apollo missions. They went in their 1/8-inch thick aluminum spacecraft. They traveled through the Van Allen belt with their Hasselblad cameras with regular film that they had on their chest when they were on the moon. They took pictures. They went through the radiation and came back. Nobody got cancer.
See, it's amazing. You're right. I'm glad you feel that way.
Neil Armstrong never spoke, ever. Never went on Johnny Carson. Never did anything. The only one that ever spoke was Buzz Aldrin, the guy that's plastic surgery, fake tan, the whole bit. And I actually had an opportunity. My dad worked for NASA and for Rockwell and he worked McDonnell Douglas. And I had an opportunity. I saw Buzz Aldrin. I was at like a movie premiere. I waited, people were around him, and I had an opportunity to talk to him, and I finally get a chance. I go, Buzz, my dad worked for McDonnell Douglas, blah, blah, blah. And I got some questions for you. Okay, yeah, what do you want to know? Well, you guys brought some flags up to the moon. Yeah, we brought 6 of them up there from different lunar missions, blah, blah, and I was like, how come there's no pictures of those flags? How come there's no satellite that ever took a picture of that flag? And that would be on the front cover of like National Geographic and the newspapers. It'd be really cool. Well, those are probably highly degraded by radiation and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I have another question about the flag. Why was there a metal rod in the top of the flag when you planted it on the surface of the moon? Like, why did you have a metal rod in the top? Why wouldn't you just pull it out and let it do its dance, like on the moon's surface? And back in 1969, that would have been an incredible thing for us as Earthlings to see. Right. The dance of the flag.
Flag just floating there.
It would have been killer.
Right.
You know? And he's like, oh, man, and he gets all like flustered, and he's with his wife. He's like, ah, and I swear to God, I have people that saw this and heard this. This is exactly what he said. I'm just trying to remember what they told me to say.
Wow.
That's what he said.
You don't
That's
think he was?
What he said.
Let me ask you: is it possible he was being sarcastic?
No, he was pissed. I mean, you seen the one guy that brought him the Bible. There's
Bart
a thing.
Sybil,
brought him the Bible.
He apologized.
Swear on the Bible that you went to the moon. All he had to do is put his hand on the Bible and say, I went to the fucking moon. I swear to God. But instead, he punches the guy in the face. It didn't happen. It really didn't happen. And like, there's a bunch of shit left on the moon. There's the lunar rover, and there's, all kinds of stuff. And where's the pictures? Where's the picture?
Has that ever been explained? Why we don't have a picture?
Everything has been explained about the moon.
No,
landing. I know what you're saying, but I'm not smart enough to explain the NASA point of view. Like I can't do it.
Well, how about this?
But I've heard it
in
explained.
all the pictures of the fucking astronauts on the moon, why is there no star in the sky? Why are there no stars in the sky?
Because I'm a high school dropout, I can't answer that. Okay. But I have seen it answered. I'm just telling you, I can't give you the answer. But I've
no
seen
answer
it
to
answered.
That. There's no stars in the sky. Why?
Well, do you think
Why
that
just stars? It's a black sky and there's no stars. And then if you're gonna go to the moon,
if they were gonna fake it, wouldn't they? I mean, like
they didn't fake it.
They like make it. They wouldn't. I don't think they'd leave out a detail.
Do you really think Russia and China would let us get away with that?
Okay, but if they were going to go to the moon in '69, what would be the first thing you would bring to the moon? You would bring a telescope. That seems like what you would bring. You would bring some sort of telescope so you could look further out than you had ever seen before. They didn't bring a telescope. Like I asked Buzz about that. Why didn't you bring a telescope?
He's probably not the guy that packed up the ship, but I know what you're saying. But there's a lot of weird thing. But I've heard it all explained because I got caught in that too. I thought, man, this looks suspicious.
What about this one?
Who explained it?
Right. Let me ask you this: when the fucking thing's coming down to the surface of the moon, okay, and we've all seen Neil Armstrong's boot print in what looks like what he said when he was coming down to the moon. He said it's like a fine talcum powder. Those are his words. He stepped off of the thing that's got the giant booster rocket that's coming down to the lunar surface and it's shooting. And if it were, in fact, talcum powder, wouldn't the rocket be spreading it away to where there would be no boot print? right at the door of the thing. It would be gone. The talcum powder would have got blasted away.
That's right.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, why was there talcum powder there? That doesn't make any sense.
To be honest, I don't have an answer for that.
No.
I'm not a space scientist. I'm just
Okay,
saying
and then
I
there's
do believe the moon landing happened,
There's
though.
pictures of the lunar rover on the surface, and you can go on the internet and see it all. Pictures of the lunar rover, no tire tracks behind it. It's just sitting there. So what? Buzz just like picked it up and fucking brought it over there and
Would
dropped
you
it
be
off?
open? Let me ask you this: would you be open if it was like? Because with conspiracy theories, there becomes a point where, fuck, I'm so married to the idea of the conspiracy that any information coming that disproves it, I resist. Would you be open to it if someone explained it to you honestly and all the way through to hearing it and changing your opinion, like, or are you saying like there's no?
absolutely. I have a buddy.
But somebody who wasn't there.
Well, there's only a couple guys. I mean, look, let's be honest. Neil Armstrong was shy. Buzz Aldrin talked, and Michael Collins,
Shy?
no one knew who
No,
he was.
no,
He was shy.
No, he didn't
Neil
do a lot of
Armstrong
interviews.
was scared.
Scared, more like it.
No, I don't think he was scared.
He was scared.
Of
That's
what?
why he didn't. Scared of fucking the same thing. The one guy, Grissom or whoever, the one guy
Gus
that
Grissom,
burn up in the thing. He was about to come out and talk about it. He was going to say, "We can't go to the moon. It's not possible."
So you
and then the
think
one
that-
guy, there was the one like senator or somebody, I forgot. I wish I could think of his name. He was about to speak on the whole thing, and him and his whole family got hit by a train. You know, those guys fucking. You want to talk about it? You're going to go
Damn
down.
sure wasn't possible in 1969.
No way.
Especially after Kennedy says in 1961 or 60 that we're going to be there at the end of the decade. That was a whole agenda. And I'm not even going to get into this whole theory thing. I'm just like saying, please, we just seen just with Challenger and all the shuttles and all that, the difficulties just with that.
Sure.
Just being in the orbit.
And that's
Now,
only
the
going like
moon
a few
is
hundred
69.
miles.
They did it. They went. They really did. They did go. And I've heard it explained by people. I thought the same thing because I heard some smart things. Fuck, it doesn't look right. Obviously, the flag waving, and then someone explained that to me, and I felt like a dope when I heard the explanation from somebody who knew. You know, we've interviewed astronauts before. We've interviewed Buzz. And again, Buzz is a little old and wonky. He's not easy to get information out of at this point.
But he sure enough can knock somebody out, right?
Yeah, he could. But that guy apologized to Buzz. That guy, Bart Sibbel, apologized to Buzz for doing that.
After getting knocked out? Who knocked out who?
I
Buzz
know,
punched him.
like,
And
you
he
punch
apologized to
someone-
Buzz for doing that to
I
him.
feel like you would punch someone if they were like, "Hey, the whole thing, like your whole
Yeah.
life's work
Is a
I don't
sham.
believe you."
Yeah.
You know, like I would punch someone if they were like,
He's just, but plus Buzz is cranky.
Stacey
I've been
Dash.
nice to him and he's cranky.
Listen, we got it.